I decided I wanted to throw together a budget 22 long rifle upper for some cheap target shooting. I started with this no frills upper receiver, has no forward assist and no dust cover. I bought a mini linear compensator, a 10-round Smith & Wesson magazine with the required spacer to allow it to work with a standard lower receiver. For the handguard, I went with the Firefield Fringe. It's a 15-inch polymer piece. These have some limitations, but they are cheap, light, and have some insulating properties. For the optic, I'm going to try this 3 to 18 power Monstrum Challenger. I made an unboxing video of it. Click the link above if you want more information on it. I did buy this one-piece mount for it, although the Monstrum did come with some perfectly fine rings. I have here a 16-inch pencil weight profile barrel made by Right to Bear Arms. FYI, did you know that the 22 long rifle AR barrels actually have about a 1-inch extension behind where a normal AR barrel should start? So an assembled 22 long rifle upper will actually be about an inch shorter than an assembled normal 16-inch AR. You might be saying, why are you using a pencil weight barrel on a target gun? And you'd be right. I'm actually going to take the heavier barrel off of this upper receiver, put this barrel on the target gun, and put this lightweight barrel on this lightweight upper. First, I will disassemble this existing setup. I also have a video on this lower as well. Let's quickly disassemble this existing upper. First, we need to remove the 3 bolts that hold the handguard on. You may be asking, well, why is this thing painted blue? And it's basically just for identification. It's just easier to say, hey, grab the blue rifle. These 4 bolts hold on the retainer. Need to take off the red dot. Now it'll fit in the clamp. And now we can unscrew the barrel nut with the wrench, off with the mil-spec barrel nut. And then the handguard mount. The barrel should now slide out. Now I have 2 identical stripped uppers. Forgot to mention this earlier, but I'll be swapping the bolt and the charging handle back and forth between the 2 uppers. The bolt is made by Right to Bear Arms, same as the barrel. Just out of curiosity, I decided to weigh the 2 uppers. I'll use the heavier one on the target gun, and I'll use the lighter one on the lightweight build. While we have the scales out, let's weigh the handguards. First off, we'll weigh the old AP Customs carbon fiber unit. It's a little over 5.5 ounces. The polymer one is almost 8 ounces. But you gotta remember it's also longer and has actual M-lock and Picatinny surfaces. Unscrewed the thread protector off the old barrel, so now we can compare the 2. These are both Right to Bear Arms brand barrels. One on the top is a pencil barrel, and the one on the bottom is an M4 barrel. They're both 16-inch barrels, but you can notice the difference in thicknesses. You can also notice the differences of the gas block locations. Now, I know 22 long rifle blowback guns do not use an actual gas block, but if you want to build something that has gas block sights, then you probably want to make note of that. Let's see the weight difference. The pencil barrel is about 23.5 ounces, while the M4 barrel is right at 28 ounces. I like to apply grease to the threads and the barrel to prevent it from seizing in the future. Align that slot in the upper to the peg on the barrel. Sorry, quick interruption. I had to neuter this video a little bit to get it to comply with certain guidelines, but if you were to search out the World Wide Web and look for me on other platforms, you might find a little bit more detailed video. Now, hand tighten the barrel nut that came with the handguard onto the upper receiver. Back into the block and the vise to torque it down. I prefer to torque it down until you get 1 grunt. Slip the handguard onto it and align the anti-rotation lugs. Next, bolt on the handguard bolts until snug. Now thread on your favorite muzzle device. I decided to try this little mini linear compensator. Supposedly they direct more blast downrange and it might be quieter to the shooter, but we'll see. Don't forget your crush washer before you put on your muzzle device. And then just torque it down. Now it's starting to come together. Here are the factory Monstrum rings with the leveling bubble. Let's weigh these. 5 ounces. Now the one piece. Well, slop. I was hoping, it being made of 70-75 aluminum, that it would be lighter. Oh well. Let's drop the scope into the mount and loosely attach the caps. Now we'll mount it onto the upper receiver and tighten these bolts. I'll fine tune the fit and finish on this in a little bit and then torque down the 8 bolts. Now I'll reattach the lower and my light fixture. Slide the Strike Industry latchless charging handle in and the right to bear arms bolt carrier group. Boy, this thing is a pig. Let's see how much it weighs. A little over 8 pounds. That should dampen the recoil on the mighty 22 long rifle. This probably isn't the proper way to level your scope, but it's what I'm going to do. I used the little ring that had the leveling bubble to make sure the rifle was nice and level, and then put a level on top of the turret of the scope to make sure the scope was level. Once happy, I torqued down all 8 bolts. The final piece of this pie is the 10-round magazine made by Smith & Wesson. Now the rifle that Smith & Wesson makes, the 1522, it's not a true AR pattern. The mag well on it is a little bit shorter than a standard mil-spec AR. But the magazines, in my opinion, are the best magazines that you can get. They have strong springs, last round hold open tab, and a load assist button. To fix the dimension problem, all you have to do is build up the front of the magazine, and the easiest way to do that is with a Catch-22 spacer. I'll have to admit, the little 10-rounder one does look a little dorky. Wish they made a 15-round one. But not nearly as tall as a 25-rounder, so that makes it easier to shoot off of a bench or maybe even prone. Once we finally got to the range, we started off at 25 yards. Then we moved to 50 and finally out to 100 yards. We were able to get about 2.5 to 3 inch MOA. That was using CCI standard velocity ammo. While I wouldn't call that precision rifle accuracy, it's probably on par with what our skill level is.
$250?
Alright, let me go up a little more. Alright, go. Now I want to see if I can find some match grade ammo and see if that'll improve our scores any. Thanks for watching.
Oh, nice. I think it is, or if it comes from where I think it comes from, 8 feet.
Try to hit that rectangle at 200 yards. Can he do it? See if I can find the rectangle.
Oh, I heard it. I heard it again.